Okay, that's a new record. 6.5 hours. That workshop was 6.5 hours. I'd say like, well, it's too long, but if we were doing a weekend bullshit retreat seminar and I was doing speaking 3 days and we had breakouts, it would be the accumulation of all that, and that's worth, it's about what these are, is a topic of information broken down to a level that I feel comfortable with. So again, there's a reason, more time for the replay. You guys will have, 10, 11 days. Don't worry about it till that next Monday. And then it'll be available like all my other workshops. I might expand the week to being like 2 weeks because they're all so much information. But it's so much information, but you have 7 days or 10 days or 12 days or however much it is to break it all down. But this one we went freaking ape shit. We went over the rules of training, the understanding, a whole new definition of what training would be in relation to human force. It's about creating independence, right? Like that's the whole thing. That was our whole reason when we were children, was to try to put ourselves in a position to be able to earn this independence, to be able to walk on our own, feed ourselves, go to the bathroom by ourselves, then control and understand our emotions and be able to communicate for ourselves, and then locomote and drive ourselves and express ourselves and chase things we liked. It was all around independence. And we did all of this early on, very strict and very, very focused and very deliberate. And then it got more expansive and creative and playful. And then we were told to sit down, sit still. Then we were taken to private coaches. Then we were taken to schools. Then we were taken to sports. And then we started losing this understanding of what training and muscle is to the life of a human being. And I hope to all end, I got pumped up and heated on a lot of these points, because I'm speaking as if your life is the most important thing, because mine is. And that's why I do 6.5 fucking hours on these workshops. And anybody that has any desire goes in, they got a full ass everything as if it were the most important product on the face of the planet, because subduing and numbing that product isn't. Your body is it. That is the thing. You're the product. You don't need anything to do that, to shut it down, to hide it, to numb it. Makes no sense. We went over the rules of training. It's got to be alone. There's an independence to it. Energy budget, creativity, no facility, no equipment. Gave examples on that. Independent intensity shift. Got to experience certain things. Went over all the training patterns that I believe in, all the training moves that I facilitate with myself. And then if I do guide anybody, rehab or with symptoms or otherwise. Difference between training and activity. Physical activity, cardio truths. Stretching truths, all the version of stretching. Lymph. As it relates, I'm going to end up doing a workshop totality on lymph. Traumas and energy, they're very much paralleled, and how to understand, putting yourself in a position to understand those more deeply. Aesthetics and fat loss, we got into all that. Shaking muscles, truth behind that. Skills versus training, as I said. Men and women and hormones. Beliefs, how they affect these tissues. We covered the understanding between fascia and meridians and anatomy trains, and the understanding of mind, body, spirit. Limping from an injury, limping from emotions. Eyes, teeth, and facial muscles, a bunch of different truths there. People got some takeaways on that. Ways to affect and train the musculature and how it applies there. Muscles and nutrition, muscle and light, muscle and rest. Types of fatigue. Trampoline, truth about trampolines, soft objects, meridian, chakras, fascias, hands and feet. And then got into miscellaneous and covered everything, and then did the Q&A. And the Q&A, there were a lot of thought-provoking, well constructed questions. It was pretty cool. And so again, it's a big deal to me. I hope it's a big deal to you. Whoever finds value in it, enjoy it. I appreciate all this that came out. I appreciate whoever was able to stick around for the 6.5. That was the tough time. And if you noticed, I stood the whole time, and demonstrated some training at the end, didn't I? Walk through 5 patterns, accessories, as they relate to cannons, the bridge across the moat. And now it's up to whomever to go ahead and apply this stuff. And now they understand how to apply it and what it means and how to assess what energy budget affects muscle. And muscle is tied to understanding that and then checking back in with yourself and how your body will bring you back to those when you start pushing those limits. I even had an epiphany on the hang right before the class. Broke it to them because I PR'd, and I'm going to share that video tomorrow. But anyway, so if anybody desires the 6.5 workshop on understanding muscle training, your body symptoms and injuries, and the intimate connection, let me know. It's downloading right now. You have till the following Monday to get it at this original rate. And then when it's available moving forward, it'll be just slightly more. Yeah. And so again, you've got whatever, what is it? 10 days, 11 days, but 6.5 hours, 11 days. There's a whole bunch of things. So as I suggest, listen to it 1 or twice through, just raw, and then sit and go section by section like I did, and what you pulled out, asterisk what you felt most, asterisk what you challenged you most, or what you're like, bullshit, and then go into those and try to see where, because your body doesn't waste feeling. It doesn't waste sensation. And then at the end, you got 5 patterns, you got examples underneath those that you can extrapolate and go nuts on. You have rules to apply to those 5 patterns, and you got everything to tie together. And then you got the effects of the relationship workshop, nourishment workshop, calf jump, spinal hygiene, hanging as they relate, hands, feet, as they relate to these as well. And then I think the next workshop's going to be on rest, not just sleep and naps, but sleep, all forms of rest, and how to maximize that as much as possible. All right. Have a good night. No dinner tonight. Dinner was the class. Boom.